Hi, in this video we're going to highlight some of the things we dislike about the Tineco Pure One S12 cordless vacuum cleaner. We wish there was a way to charge the battery of the S12 while it's still on board the unit, but we haven't found a way to do that. Now, with all of your Dyson vacuum cleaners, I mean, they also have a wall mount, but I typically don't use a wall mount, so I like to just take the charging cord, plug it into the vacuum, and let it charge up. Now, there does not seem to be a way to do that with the S12. This is the charging cable. I've got it plugged in. There's no place to put it on the vacuum. The only thing you can do is take the wall mount, and again, sure, if you want to mount it, it's fine, but if you don't want to mount it, it is a bit of an issue. Put the wall mount down on the ground. Do this, make sure it's sitting properly, and you're now charging, and you can also charge that second battery in here, but you've got to make sure that's sitting right because it's designed to be on a wall. It wants to be pushed down to make a connection. Now there you're okay, but it would have been nice if you could somehow just take that handheld component and plug the adapter into it. We do find the dust canister on the S12 to be a little on the small side. It is 0.13 gallons. Now, we've got the Dyson V8 here. This one is 0.14 gallons, so it's just a tiny bit larger. That's the V10, and at the end is the V11. Now, those are 0.20 gallons. They are substantially larger than the S12. We find the steering and the movement of the S12 to not be particularly precise. Sometimes when you're trying to turn sharply, you'll still get a fair bit of snow plowing forward. Other times the head floats around a little bit, almost like the surface is a bit slippery. Here we are. If we're turning, sometimes you'll notice we still get a bit of that forward motion when we're trying to do a sharp turn. That's the snow plowing I'm talking about. And just moving it around here, occasionally it does almost feel like you're on a slippery surface. Now, it's not bad, but it is not as precise or as tight as you get, for example, with a Dyson cordless unit. I was cleaning the interior of my car the other day with the S12 handheld component, and I found a bit of a niggling issue, and that was that every time I would release that trigger, the machine would reset itself to auto power mode, and I wanted more than auto power mode, so I would have to use the suction slider and move it up again. Now, of course, the way around that was to use the trigger lock, so you dial in the suction you want and lock the trigger in place, but then you're running the machine consistently, so you're not conserving battery power in between little jobs here and there, so not ideal. Now, something like a Dyson handheld, this is the Dyson V10 motor head, you've got 3 power modes, low, medium, and max. Now, it doesn't have anywhere near the granularity that you get on the S12 here with that suction slider, but it is locked in place. So, for example, if I'm using medium power mode, got medium over here, come up off the trigger, got medium over here. So I've got the power effectively that I want to use. Here in the S12, you start it out, it's in auto mode. Maybe I'll do what I really wanted about that much power. Go over here, come up off that trigger over here, back to auto again. So you have to, dial in the suction you want, use the trigger lock, but like I mentioned earlier, it's not that brilliant a solution in terms of conserving battery power. If you're thinking the S12 is going to be a super lightweight cordless vacuum cleaner, it's not entirely the case. It actually weighs about the same as a Dyson V11, which is the heftiest of the Dyson vacuums. Now this guy weighs, the S12 weighs 6.64 pounds. The V11 I think is 6.69 pounds, so they're pretty close. Now, if we compare the S12 to one of its predecessors, the Tineco A10 Hero, your A10 Hero is 5 pounds. Again, the S12 6.64 pounds. Now, if you're talking just the handheld component, if you're going to do a lot of handheld work, well, the A10 Hero, this guy is 2.87 pounds. Very easy to move around and to use. The handheld component on your S12 is 3.69 pounds. You will feel an immediate difference between the two. So You know, again, the weight is not that bad for the S12. It's just that if you think you're going to be using some super light cordless, not really the case. If you're looking to the S12 as maybe an alternative to some of the more expensive cordless vacuums out there, you might be a little bit disappointed. We typically see the Tineco Pure One S12 for between about $550 to $600 US, and that's fairly pricey. That's somewhere in the realm of maybe a Dyson V10 Absolute or a Dyson V11 Animal, something like that. So those are some of the things we dislike about the Tineco Pure One S12. Now there are quite a few things about this vacuum cleaner that we actually do like, and you can see those things in our video entitled What We Love About the Tineco Pure One S12. Thanks very much for watching.